My name is Thomas Rodger, and I am going to do a commentary about the history of editing. First, I am going to do research about during the first years about the Lumiere brothers and George Méliès, and some of their popular films and the first editing devices. I am going to structure all of it. We'll go to the Lumiere brothers and the cinematograph, and then talk about George Méliès and the animatograph. The equipment I am going to use is a voice recorder app on my phone or a normal voice recorder, and then I'm going to download videos of YouTube, and I'm going to copy the YouTube link into KeepVid and download the videos onto my desktop and put it into the Premiere Pro application. Also, I'm going to get images of George Méliès and the Lumiere brothers and also the equipment they invented. They were popular at the end of the 19th and at the start of the 20th century. The cinematograph is used for motion capture films in the 19th century, and it was invented by the famous Lumiere brothers, Louis and Auguste, in 1893, and they were from Besançon, France. The uses of a cinematograph, it uses of a projector and a processor, put it together, combined, and it projects light onto the screen. It was a cinema first, then it turned into a film camera. The first private screening of a motion capture was in 1895. Also, in 1895, they first invented the camera first. It was really fat and bulky, and they got a bit slimmer during when the years went on. They experimented on a sewing machine to test out of the technology they worked on for it. Their invention in 1895. Then they worked on over 1,000 short films in their lifetime. They were competing against Thomas Edison's other camera, but the Lumiere brothers' camera was a lot smaller and more portable. One of the first films they did was a short film about a train. After they got used to filming, they made more comedic short films. Some of the short films they did were La Mer, which was made in 1895. Then another film, which was called La Voltige, which was made in 1895. The first recording was around March of 1895. Also, the Lumiere brothers were named the fathers of cinema. George Méliès was famous for his film A Trip to the Moon because it is the first of early cinema work post-production. The use of crossfade in his films back then was so basic and transition between the scenes, and also it was black and white and silent films. He made A Trip to the Moon in 1902. Also, other films he has done, The Vanishing Lady in 1896, and also he used the stop-start technique, where it is like the same as The Trip to the Moon. Also, other films what he did was The Haunted Castle in 1896, where he used the same editing techniques as The Trip to the Moon and The Vanishing Lady. He accidentally came across stop edit because he was just messing around with the camera tools and he just invented it. Also, he came to the UK and he bought a projector. Then he used it to invent a animatograph machine to make his own camera because light projects through a movie strip to record the film. Also, George Méliès also did about 40 films during his life, and he revolutionized basic editing from Mouvroir to where it is today by using different applications on computers and creating special effects in big box office films. And also, George Méliès was named the pioneer of cinema. Linear editing is used on post-production, and it is used to move by arranging and organizing the clips and images by filming it by taking pictures and edits all together. Editing in the modern day is so simple to use, and the software can be used on any device. It is a lot easier to use, and they are more efficient because beginners and film study students can get to grips with this editing software, and it is all used on the computer. This is non-linear editing. Continuity editing means that a camera shot in a film can fit in what the story is trying to say in a blockbuster Hollywood film or in any TV show, and it fits the storyline of what's going on with the camera angles. George Méliès and the Lumière brothers started all the way back in the 1890s, and also I have deconstructed the bike scene from E.T. and looked at all of the camera angles and editing techniques used in the scene, and it has changed a lot, and the use of camera techniques and the colour in the films. Also, it has changed from black and white to colour standard definition to HD, then to 3D and 4K resolution. George Méliès and the Lumière brothers started all the way back in the 1890s, and also I have deconstructed the bike scene from E.T. and looked at all of the camera angles and editing techniques used in the scene, and it has changed a lot, and the use of camera techniques and the colour in the films. Also, it has changed from black and white to colour standard definition to HD, then to 3D and 4K resolution. The purpose of editing is joining clips together in a film by making special effects or in a homemade video to create moments for family or a content creator on a social media platform like YouTube, but basically to make the video or film more entertaining and to draw more of the target audience into by editing the film and YouTube videos, by taking time to edit the clips. And also in big Hollywood films, I love editing for continuity to fit the storyline and special effects to make the film more exciting and more engaging. So, that is the history of editing.